easy for it to pop out, and it happens to do it like abduction, maybe something that hurts. So we're going to want him to not put his hand on his waist completely because he just abducted it, and we're trying to keep you from abducting, yeah, so I was right, abducting. So if I put him into a little bit of abduction, I'm trying to limit that. So you can say, why don't you put your hand like where your pocket is? So I'm not up here like this. So by positioning the arm to assist what you're trying to limit, and then I always take the shirt and move it onto their body a little bit. And then we're going to start. So you can start just around the bicep, or you can do like I do and dog ear around the body. So let's go around once and create a little bit of glenohumeral stability. Takes a deep breath, dog ear the wrap, come back down, and then I'm going to come around the body an extra time. Wait a minute, what am I doing with put some tape on there. So you would anchor it better in this, but for the tape job, we're just going to end it like that. Again, that's not going to stay, but it's the idea of it. So he's going to be able to abduct his arm, but you see how it limits it? Because I went around the body and then came back around and went a little bit lower, but you can create a check ring out of this to some degree if you were to grab some of that and go, hey, let me take a little bit of tape. Now this can be a bitch after practice to take it off, but it works. If you're at some high school that doesn't have any money and your kid can't get a brace, but you basically are creating a check ring. Now try to abduct. See how that limits him even more? Because I basically took pieces of his wrap and wrapped a little bit of tape around it. So the key would be trying to get the ace wrap to stick to him without it coming off. But you can use tape to create a check ring, or a little bit of the wrap to create a check ring. And by putting this check ring to the back, it limits flexion. You're like, well, what if it hurts to do extension? Well, that's a little bit more of a... you're less likely to fall and get your arm pulled into extension, so it's not something that you think about having to limit. But let's just say, like, flexion doesn't bother him as much as extension. If I were to take this check ring and attach it in the front instead of right here, I don't know if I can get this tape off, but if I were to do the same thing and put the check ring from the front instead of the back, instead of limiting flexion with my abduction, I can limit extension. So I grab this piece to this body piece like this and then try to extend. See what I did? So this is what I told you come in real handy if you've got baseball player, softball player, they tend to dive for the ball, an outstretched hand trying to reach for it. So if they've got a history of injury and you don't have one of those fancy braces, you could do that. Of course, in football, that would come in super handy, being able to limit in that. And as long as you can get the end of your wrap to stay put and not slide, it becomes a very effective brace. Okay? So that's all on that. What kind of injury history did you have? Did you get hurt in high school?
Yeah.